Get it? I haven't drank bone broth in a long time, but I'm thinking about making it part of my routine for the rest of the year, especially because it's like nice and warming and good in the cooler weather in the mornings. And there's some good protein in here, which I love. I just took these out of the fridge, so they feel so nice. Let's get ready for the gym. It is a winter arc season. Let's do it. We're gonna have a great day. All black is a power fit, always. So the winter arc concept has been all over my socials the past month. And if you don't know what it is, basically it's about like locking in for the rest of the year. Q4, or now that we're at the end of October, you know, the last 2 months, wherever you are, you can pick it up now. You know, start now. It's not like a specific set of rules necessarily, but rather setting goals, setting guidelines, whatever is gonna help you feel the best and thrive through the end of the year to walk into the new year feeling optimal. You know, the last few months of the year are like the coldest, darkest, typically, you know, saddest day. So it's kind of taking advantage of that lower point and instead turning it around and refocusing and just reprioritizing things and just turning it into a time to really work on yourself. And I love it. And I love that you can just kind of take this as a challenge and use it as inspiration, but customize it to your lifestyle. You know, it's nothing like super strict or whatever. It's just you setting an intention and carrying it out for the rest of the year. It's about discipline, limiting distractions, and I feel like I could use a little boost in my discipline lately. So here we are working on it. Honestly, 2 months of kind of locking in and really being on top of your game can make a huge difference for the end of the year, but also think about where you'll be by the time it starts warming up next year. I know that seems like a far time away, but think about March. That's less than 6 months away. And if you start now, like where are you gonna be next warm season? A whole different person. For me personally, I have been playing around with kind of like changing up my morning routine. I'm really in the mood of like simplifying things, you know, not taking every supplement under the sun, not listening to every piece of advice that I hear online. I just want to do what I know works for me and makes me feel good and just coast through. With intent though, not coast as in being lazy, but just keep working on me and like zone in a little bit. And I feel like that's very aligning with this whole winter arc term, and I really love it. So my kind of winter arc guidelines, if you will, for me personally, again, customize these to your lifestyle. It's basically just setting goals and being really diligent and disciplined on doing them the rest of the year, carrying them out, keeping the promises to yourself. But you can take my goals as inspiration. Some of these things I already do and want to keep doing. Some of these things I need to be better at. I want to get a minimum of 10,000 steps in a day. I want to consistently follow my workout program, go to bed early. When I say early, I mean be in bed by 10:30. No TikTok doom scrolling. I can set, 10 to 15 minutes at the end of the day for You page scrolling if I want, but no random throughout the day going on TikTok, wasting time. None of that. We're not doing that because that makes me feel bad. It takes time away from my day. It's not a good habit. Doesn't serve me. Over 100 grams protein a day. Journaling and writing out to-do lists. This is honestly probably the hardest one for me, even though it sounds so easy. It's just something I have the hardest time sticking to, and keeping up my water intake. I would say at least 3 of these. This is 28 ounces, so 84 ounces. Is that good? Yeah, that's pretty good. There might be more like little things involved in these, but those are my general rules that I want to stick to and really just make me feel my best. And that's going to be kind of my guidelines for my daily routine for the rest of the year. So this is an example, but it's also going to be kind of my daily wellness routine for the rest of the year. Before I go to the gym, I'm going to check in with my body analyzer. It is the coolest tool, especially if you are on any sort of fitness journey or participating in this winter arc challenge. It's a super great way to measure progress. I'm very big on weighing yourself and like the scale, how many pounds, whatever alone is just simply not a good metric. And if you can see in my data, I am technically heavier right now, but the thing is I am on my period. period, and it is super common to experience weight gain during your period. I read actually 3 to 5 pounds, which seems kind of like a lot just for like hormonal changes that cause this. But after this week, my body will even out. So it's nice to know that. If I look deeper in my analytics, I'm gonna know like, oh, I'm not just gaining weight. Like I don't need to freak out. It takes a lot of pressure off being able to see the breakdown of my muscle versus the water retention versus the fat in my body. I really love this tool. It's called the Body Pod. It's by Hume Health, and it is 98% accurate compared to a DEXA scan, which blows my mind. A huge movement lately is women lifting weights, and I'm like so behind it. Like I love it so much. And if you start lifting weights, you might gain weight, but it truly just doesn't matter because your body might be gaining muscle but losing fat. So it's like all about body composition, which is the best way to look at things. And this whole winter arc challenge is about doing things that make you feel good. A certain number of pounds that you weigh is not going to determine how you actually feel. But if you're trying to accomplish goals, you obviously want to know if what you're doing is leading you down the right path. So by doing this every day and then seeing the trends over weeks, you can tell if you are gaining muscle, if you're headed down the right path. It's just so awesome. It helps you stay on track. Like it's just such an amazing tool. And a huge thank you to Hume Health for sponsoring this video. I have worked with them in the past. I just love it. Like it's just, the Body Pod is so helpful. Not only for your physical health, but your mental health, seriously. And the Body Pod also will send you insights that help you understand the areas you need to work on because you set goals within the app. So it tracks your progress. So you don't need to just guess what you need to work at. It's actually there to help you out. Hume Health currently is having a 20% off sale on their website, and you can use my discount code for an additional 15% off. The offer is only valid for 7 days, so definitely check it out now. And the Body Pod is HSA and FSA eligible for people in the US, so it could be covered by your health insurance. It is time to get to the gym. I am starting phase 2 today of my workout program. I'm doing Muscle Mommy by Mind Pump, and it's 12 weeks long, but there's 3 phases to it. So I'm starting the second one today, so it's going to be all new to me. You lift 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then you have trigger sessions in between that are basically like showing up, doing easier, like a few exercises, but not a heavy lift. But today's like an actual lift day. I definitely have mixed feelings about the program so far, so we'll see if my opinions change or not through phase 2. Got my water, my phone, my keys. Let's go work out. All right, first lift, first day of phase 2 Muscle Mommy. Let's get it. First thing we did was some forward walking lunges, very basic, couple sets of these. Then into some leg curls. I don't have like the laying down one, which is what they prefer, but I think this machine is okay. Then some barbell rows. I really wish I could have someone watch me in person and tell me how to do these because I simply just never know if they're right. Then some overhead presses with the bar. I couldn't do too much of these because the bar is heavy to press overhead for me without any added weight onto it. Then I did some band pull aparts. Honestly, not sure how to pick the right resistance band for this. Next was some incline bench press. They wanted me to use the barbell, but again, it's just too heavy to do on an incline for me. Then some preacher curls, which I've never done before. You're technically supposed to be seated, so I tried to get like a good bent stance because there's just not really a way for me to do these seated in my gym. Then some skull crushers, which I'm familiar with. These are awesome for the triceps. And we finished with side planks, 30 seconds on both sides, 2 sets. And that was the full first day, all over body lift. Workout done, sweaty, very hungry. Let's eat. Hi, were you on your chair? Hello. You were just in a deep sleep, I can tell. I swear, working out and lifting weights helps you feel better on your period, I swear. You probably don't want to do it, but it's a time when you really should do it, is how I feel about it. Also, 1 water down. That's another thing, is staying hydrated. Drinking lots of water can also help your period and even shorten the duration. Fun fact. So I'm always thinking about water more during this time. You should always be hydrated, right? But like really think about it during this time. We gotta get you dressed. He's a good boy. Mwah. We are on a good track for today so far, but we need to go outside, we need to get some steps in, we need to exercise the Duncan. Are you being a good boy? Yes. That's a good boy. The weather is absolutely gorgeous out today. I feel like I could walk for another mile or two, but Duncan's actually walking with a little bit of a limp, so we are headed home. It was still a good walk, but I don't know if he stepped on something or what. But seriously, especially in the shade, great weather. Like, it feels amazing. Good weather makes it so much easier to like want to get your steps in and go on walks, but you can't rely on it because you know how unpredictable it is and just how inconsistent, you know?
Pick a movie, I'll pick you up, we'll go eat sushi.
I've been doing a lot more yogurt bowls lately, and I do think they're just more enjoyable if you get a flavored yogurt. I always buy the plain stuff so I can bake with it and whatnot, but getting the vanilla is fun for a yogurt bowl because then I don't have to try to make it taste better. Otherwise, I really feel like plain Greek yogurt tastes like sour cream. You know, if I'm having a yogurt bowl, I don't want to taste sour cream. So I've been getting this and just having it with fruit. Today we have grapes. Greek yogurt is so great for protein too. 14 grams right in this bowl.
Or we'll go downtown with our best moves, we can boogie.
I made spaghetti last night, and this is actually homemade bread, so I put butter and garlic salt on it for garlic bread. I am so excited to eat this. A nice dinner. I crossed a lot of stuff off my to-do list today, computer work-wise, which is so good because staying on top of that stuff contributes to my winter arc, right? Like, I want to stay on top of things all around, not just health, but also like work, stuff like that. So I just feel way better when I'm on track with that. So it's been a good, productive day, but I just had dinner. Now it's time for a second walk. We always do a walk after dinner. It's good for digestion. Also, I'm feeling a little crampy, so it's good for that, but also Duncan needs a walk. And I don't know what my step count's at. I'm gonna check it because I am interested. I definitely will be crossing at least 10,000 today, but nevertheless, let's go for a walk. Did you find a ball? Did you find a ball? You did? Do you have a ball? Post-meal walks are where it's at. I'm already feeling better. And even if it's just like 10 minutes, which we went for longer than 10, of course, but even if it's just 10 minutes, it helps your digestion and then it adds up to way more steps at the end of the day. So big fan of post-meal walks. My Oura ring says I'm at 12,000 steps. My Ultra Human ring says I'm at 7,500 steps. So I'm gonna go walk on the treadmill for like a mile or two. And I definitely do not live my life to hit these numbers, right? That's part of the reason I like that the rings don't have an interface, so I'm not addicted to the numbers. You know, if it was like 11 p.m., it's not like I'd run to the treadmill and be like, oh my God, I have to get my steps. No, I'm not that addicted to it. However, I really wanna watch some YouTube, so it's also an excuse to just go spend some time watching videos, but also getting steps in, so it's kind of productive, you know. I got a lot of work done today, so it's just a nice way to spend the evening, and then soon enough, before you know it, we're gonna get ready for bed, which going to bed early is part of the winter arc, so I need to nail that night routine and actually start it at a good time. Let's go to the cardio lounge. I'm on my third water of the day, which is exciting. Keys, let's do it. I am showered and fresh. It's literally only 7:30 though. Normally now I would like do whatever I want and then not start winding down for bedtime till later, and then it always takes me longer than I think it's going to, and then I get into bed later than I want. So I'm like, okay, well, why don't I just finish my nighttime routine now? And then if I'm ready for bed early, it doesn't mean I have to go to bed. I'm just ready and prepared for when I do want to go to bed. Next step, red light. 2 sessions a day for optimal results. I haven't used the high frequency wand in a hot minute. I think this is such a good tool for long-term results. I want to get back on it. Not only is it good for acne and killing bacteria and things like that that produce acne, I believe, but it's also good for inflammation and hopefully if it like takes things in problem areas and kind of shrinks them, it will kill my desire to pick. And then it's also just good for aging and wrinkles and stuff like that. I just got it right off Amazon. I will link it. I want to say it was about $100, but I think that they're actually on sale a lot. I definitely didn't pay full price. But I'm super into tools and like long-term skin investment, stuff like that. Also, I don't know if this is a hot take or if this is an annoying take or whatever, but people always say that like Gen Z looks a lot older, and I'm technically on the cusp of like Gen Z and millennial. I was born in 98, and I feel like depending on the source you read, it's usually like 97 is the cutoff, or even 96, I don't know. But online, I feel like you see so much about people saying Gen Z looks so much older because of how normal it is to get work done and how people just get work done on their faces and whatever, like it's no big deal. And like I very much believe like do whatever you want, like I don't care if it doesn't involve me, why should I care, it shouldn't matter to me, etc. However, I really like using these tools and stuff like that because I really would rather use red light and like the high frequency wand and facial massage and stuff like that. I'd rather do that for better long-term results than want to go towards more fillers and whatever. And I have filler, like I would never lie about that. I have gotten my lips done. I got one full syringe, and then a little over 6 months later, I got another half, and I feel like it's pretty much gone. It sucks because we always were told that it dissolved, but apparently it doesn't really dissolve and it just migrates. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but that's what you see online. And so I do have some migration above my lip that I feel like I need to get dissolved. I just don't really want to pay for that right now, to be honest. But that's all I've ever gotten done. And not to say that anything is like bad or whatever, like everyone has their own opinions, as they should. But my point is, I feel better about using these tools and stuff for long-term solutions. And then I don't want to get more and more work done and then end up aging myself. You know, like that's like something I consciously think about. So that is my take on all of that stuff. Again, I literally couldn't care less. Like you do whatever you want to do. I would be in full support of whatever choice you make, but this is the route that I'm trying to go. Red light can really do a lot, apparently. The next thing I need to fix though is I need to figure out what's breaking me out, and I need to stop picking at my skin. So those are some self-control and discipline things I need to fix, and that can be part of my winter arc. I just put on 2 retinol products, and I'll finish with a moisturizer, of course. I still have very mixed feelings about retinol, but it's supposed to be really good for you and really awesome for like cell turnover and fresh skin, so I don't know. The 2 skincare brands I definitely use the most from are First Aid Beauty. Love First Aid Beauty. This is probably my #1 favorite. And then Elemis. I also really love Elemis stuff. Very expensive though, I will say. And then I just got this roller. It's textured. I've only used it once so far, but I think the texture is supposed to like allow your products to kind of absorb into your skin better. It's so cool. You roll over it and there's like little indents in your face. It doesn't hurt or anything, but it just like looks like it's working. It's by the brand Kira Moon. I don't know if it does a lot or not, but I love rollers and stuff, and I thought this one would be fun to try because it's textured and just a little bit different from any other ones that I have. I really one day want to get micro needling done. I haven't gotten many treatments done before, and I feel like that is something that's just a must do. I feel like it's so good for you. Are you ready for bed? Oh my goodness. So I'm basically ready for bed. I'm not gonna get into bed yet though. I think I'm gonna do a few things on my computer before I jump into bed, but that's really it for this video. Let me know if you are on a little winter arc journey yourself. I love the idea of it. I love that, you know, it's just customizable and it's like, let's set some intentions, let's crush some goals and work hard the next few months that typically are a little bit more sad and blue than the rest of the year. And let's start 2025 off strong. Do not forget to check out Hume Health, the body pod. It is seriously the coolest tool and I love it. I love having it. I mean, I'm working with them again because it's such a cool thing, and they're having 20% off and I can give you an additional 15. Everything will be linked below, of course. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. Please subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you in my next one.